Mickey Catalan is the star catcher on her high school softball team. She's good at hiding her emotions, leaving the talking to her best friend, Carolina. Her best subject is Spanish, and she is liked enough at school. But when Mickey gets in a car accident that results in 3 screws being put into her right hip, months of painful rehabilitation, and a new prescription for OxyContin, her life radically changes. Soon, Mickey is hanging out with a whole new circle of friends who make her feel understood, even if what they share is an addiction to painkillers. As Mickey's dependence on opioids grows, so do the stakes. Quote, I start my car but keep the lights off as I back out of the driveway, not turning them on until I'm out of the cul-de-sac. It's dark and I'm driving exactly at the speed limit because I'm a good girl. I'm a student athlete and the catcher for an undefeated softball team and a senior who needs a good night's sleep before her last league game. I did not just watch my friends die. I did not leave their bodies cooling in a basement. I am not an addict, end quote. This is the premise of today's Velshi Band book club feature, Heroine by Mindy McGinnis. This book is not just a deeply effective cautionary tale, but a direct and multi-layered examination of how quickly addiction takes hold and the deeply emotional and lasting toll it takes on a family, a community, and the young person in its grips. Heroine pulls no punches. Between the sharp detail, quick pacing, and heartbreaking introspection that allows the reader to get extremely close to Mickey, Heroine is also gritty. It's dark. It's alarmingly realistic. The most heartbreaking moments juxtapose Mickey as an insecure young woman searching for belonging with her unyielding drug addiction. Heroine is careful to make the point that addiction, especially addiction to opioids, can and will claim anyone. Wealthy and poor, white and black, young and old. It isn't just the kids from the wrong side of the tracks who are susceptible. It's anyone. It's everyone. If this story rings true, it's because millions of Americans, just like Mickey, have experienced something similar. Fentanyl overdoses, the latest deadly facet of the opioid epidemic, are claiming young Americans at an unprecedented rate. According to the Washington Post, an analysis of the CDC data released in May, across the country, fentanyl has largely fueled a more than doubling of overdose deaths among children aged 12 to 17 since the start of the pandemic. Statistic after statistic. Study after study, article after article say the same thing. We are in a crisis, and it's one that's highlighted in this book. Heroine, predictably, has been removed from library shelves and classrooms again and again for, quote, glorifying drug use. But if you read the book, you know the opposite is true. Heroine is harrowing. It's a hard read, but it's necessary. One way to protect your children from the very real and present danger of opioid addiction is by offering them a safe exploration in a book.
What would you say to a parent who doesn't want their kid reading one of your books or any book they're uncomfortable with? How should families navigate that?
So, like, at the end of the day, a parent is the literal guardian of a child. And if a parent says, and this was my policy when I was working in a library, if a parent says this book is not appropriate for my child, then they are correct because that is their child and they know their child. And they're like, no, this is inappropriate for my child. That's a parenting decision. And I am not the parent of that child. So that is their realm. It's when they say this book is not appropriate for any child that there's a problem, and that's censorship. And you don't get to decide what another child may or may not find relevant in their lives. You don't know what might actually save someone's life. And just because your kid, you believe, doesn't mess around with drugs, you know, plenty of kids are exposed to things that some adults can't even get their heads around. So I always tell my mother, I love my mother very much, but she gets a little rattled at some of the things that I write about. And I always tell her, I'm like, Mom, it's not Nancy Drew out there anymore. It's just not. It's like people are hurting and things are happening to young people that I believe probably always have. I just think at a rate at this point that is greater than ever before. And the pressures are greater because of social media. But yeah, like ultimately a parent gets to make a decision for a minor child about what they should or should not read. I would ask that the parent actually read the book before they make that decision, because, you know, there are a million lists out there circulating right now, and I'm probably on every one of them. And you can't just go down that list and be like, oh, these books are all bad, right? Like that's not true. Everyone has the right to say, my child, this book is inappropriate for my child, but you cannot know that until you read it. So, and I'm always here for conversations. Like, I will have a conversation with someone that does believe that my book should be banned. It's like, yeah, sure. Like, I will talk to you about this, and you can tell me why you think that, and I can tell you why I think otherwise. As long as people are listening and there's reciprocity and conversation, and not just talking points, then I'm always open to having conversations about what people are concerned about and why.